13-week pregnancy update. I missed last week's 12-week update purely because I'm thinking I haven't done one since 11 weeks. I need to check this. I'm confused. I think I did one at 11. I shall be with you in 2 seconds. Did I? Tell me. Yes, I did. Okay, so this is my 12 and 13 week update. I didn't do one at 12 weeks due to my first scan. I actually went to my, the Friday before my scan was on Tuesday the 12th, so the Friday before was, yeah, the day I didn't do my 12-week update. I did that purely and simply because I knew that on the Tuesday I would be finding out exactly where I lie with dates. Because my tests took so long to show up a strong positive, and because of dates, certain dates and things like that, I was kind of like umming and ahhing as to when my due date really was, and I wanted to be more clear on due dates and where I was in my pregnancy. So I left it, and I'm now going to do a joint one, and I'm glad that I waited because it turns out that I was 4 days behind what I thought I was. So I went into the scan thinking that I was 12 weeks and 6 days. I was actually 12 weeks and 2 days. So I was closer to the 12-week mark than the 13-week mark. And today, now I am 13 and my brain is not working today. This is one thing that's happened this week. My brain does no longer work. I am 13 and 1, 2, 3, 4 days, 13 and 4 days, I think. I'll be 13 and 5 when you see this video tomorrow. So it's been a little while. It's been a week since we had the scan, a week and 2 days, but the scan was amazing. We got to the hospital. Oh my goodness, if any of you ladies watching are from around the Medway area in Kent and you're going to the Medway Maritime Hospital, if it is your first baby and you've never been to the hospital for anything before, or you've just never been to the hospital or anything like that, please don't drive. We drove because on the letter it told us leave spare time to park because it can get busy, there's limited parking spaces. So we left 45 minutes, bearing in mind it takes us 6 minutes to get to the hospital from home. We left 45 minutes before the appointment and we still couldn't park in the car park. We actually spent about 20-25 minutes going from the street that goes into the hospital, around the little roundabout, and in the queue for the car park. And I think we had about 10 minutes left before the appointment when we decided that we were going to hop out of the car park line and try and find somewhere else to park. We ended up parking out of the hospital in a controlled parking zone and literally sprinting back to the hospital. So we were pretty pooped by the time we actually got up to the fetal medicine unit. And we were very lucky not to get a parking ticket. I have to say, the one thing I kept saying was if we leave today with no parking ticket, it will be like a miracle on top of a miracle, because it was just so stressful. It was an hour's parking, but obviously we didn't know how long the appointment was going to take, and it did take longer than an hour. So when we got there, I obviously booked in and then went and had my bloods drawn and my blood pressure taken. The blood pressure machines hated me. They do it on both of your arms, and one of them kept erroring, the other one then didn't work because this one was erroring. My hands were going numb because they kept filling up with air and then not releasing the air, so my hands were going really, really numb. And because I was already stressed from not being able to park, I nearly had a panic attack, and tired from the walk, the fast walk back to the hospital, I had very high blood pressure. My blood pressure was quite high. I've only ever had high blood pressure one time before, and again that was because I'd literally sprinted to the doctors because I'd remembered that I had an appointment and I was out of breath, and obviously my heart rate was up and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about my blood pressure at the minute because I did have it taken. The doctor who was in with the ultrasound tech at the time was concerned because they were so high, so she went and redid them for me after my scan, obviously after I had sort of calmed down a bit and my heart rate had gone down, and they were perfectly fine. They were low again. They were back to normal. So I'm not too worried about my heart rate, blood pressure. I just think it was just all the different circumstances, machine's not really working, the stress. So I am getting out of breath a lot at the minute, but I really think that's just pregnancy, out of breathness. It's just general things that are annoying me. Can you see this? Little Miss Tail, she wants a cuddle. Say hello and then you've got to go. She's like, no, I'm not going. After that, we waited about another 40 minutes, which was quite a long wait, until we got called in to have our ultrasound done, and literally seconds within lying down, he said, there's your baby, and we were like, okay. Wow. It was just so clear, like literally the second he put it on my stomach, it was there, and I couldn't believe how clear it was, how formed this child is already at this time. I will show you the scans. I will pop a scan picture here or here, wherever I fancy. You might be able to spot that one back there in the frame. I do have them here with me. My little crab baby. This is the one that I haven't actually taken any pictures of. And I think, he didn't really explain them, but I think this one is the top of the baby's head and then the brain, and then you can see two little arms, and it just looks like a little crab. But I could not believe how clear and amazing, and oh, the baby was moving so much, all over the place, kept hiccuping, kept punching and kicking, and then every time he actually wanted to get a measurement for something, like the back of the neck, or the spine, or whatever he was looking for at the time, the baby just stopped moving. It was like, no, I'm going to sleep now. So he was jiggling the sticky thing, the wand around, and I'm very glad I didn't pee, that's for sure, because he was rather vigorous and I needed the toilet. So I am so happy that everything is healthy, baby is fine, all the results from blood tests and the Down syndrome tests and everything else is fine, absolutely perfect, really low risk, so happy, heartbeat was strong, and yeah, baby is super healthy. So then coming into my symptoms and stuff that I've been dealing with the past couple of weeks. Last week, in my 12th week, I was still feeling quite sick on and off. I'd say I could go about 2 days, and then towards the end of the second day I'd start to feel queasy again, not want food, sort of be off anything. I just didn't want to consume anything. It was very difficult. I was drinking a lot of squash just so I could actually have some fluids, because I couldn't drink much and I couldn't eat much. But I have to say, in this 13th week, I'm feeling a lot better. I've actually cleaned my house for the first time properly in weeks, and I am so happy to say that my house is reasonably tidy. I just need to hoover and then it's all done, and my washing is on top of, and my house smells good, and I cannot believe that I have the energy for it, because the past, what, 12 weeks I've had no energy whatsoever and I've been in bed. But again, still I'm having the odd sick day where I'm like, ugh, feel really run down, I just want to be in bed. I had one of those on Monday, and then I cleaned the house top to bottom on Tuesday, so I'm so happy that I'm getting my energy back and that the sickness is residing, and I'm feeling a lot better. So the other symptoms that I've had this week, I've had a lot of cravings this week. Olives have been I've been craving olives again like mad, and smoked cheese. We bought some smoked cheese when I bought olives the other day, and this was like a week and a half ago, I think. And ever since, I've just been like smoked cheese crazy. I just want smoked cheese and olives. And yeah, that's pretty much it at the minute. I was eating cheese and crackers like it was coming out of my ears. I was like, just eating. But I'm glad that I'm eating a bit more now than I was before. I still struggle more in the evenings than I do any other time, so on and off. We do have a simple meal, but it's nice that I can even cook now, and I can drink tea now, which I haven't been able to do. I was not able to drink a cup of tea. Obviously I'm drinking decaf, but I have not even been able to stomach a cup of tea, and I love my tea, and it's just the best thing when you're cold, and we've just put the heating on in the house. So when it was really cold and I couldn't drink tea, I did not know what to do with myself. I was freezing and I just couldn't warm myself up. But now I'm super happy because I can drink tea and it's all good. So weight wise and stuff, I was down, I think at week 11 I was down 4 pounds. Yeah, down about 4 pounds at week 11. I'm looking at my little notebook here. I was down at 4 pounds week 11, and since week 11, which would have been 3 weeks ago, because obviously I've had an extra week, I have gained two pounds roughly. Yeah, I'd say 2 pounds. So I'm happy that I'm gaining weight again. Obviously, starting this pregnancy overweight is never ideal. I did want to lose weight before I got pregnant, but it didn't happen. So I went down 4 pounds and I'm back up 2 now. So I'm happy that I'm gaining a little bit. Belly wise, I've been measuring my belly and it hasn't gone anywhere in the past 3 or 4 weeks. My bloating has completely gone. I wake up with the belly and I go to sleep with the belly, and I'm pretty damn sure that that is my stomach now. That is bump. Because it doesn't get any bigger during the day. I don't feel rounder during the day. When I was bloating, I usually felt quite flat in the morning and then a lot bigger in the evening, but now it's kind of there in the morning and it's still there at night, and it hasn't really grown much. And yeah, I can definitely tell that baby has moved up a little bit. I had a night of pretty rough cramps and stretching pains, so I think baby was having a growth spurt at that time. But apart from that, all is still really good. I'm glad I'm getting my energy back. Baby's heartbeat is still really strong. I'm using a Doppler every now and then. I have actually rented a Doppler. I was thinking about buying one because of the price of the renting, but considering I'm only going to be using it for this baby, and then obviously we're going to have a good couple of years before we have another one, hopefully. We don't want crazy lots of babies all in one go. So I figured that I'd rather rent and then just send it back, because it's just, otherwise it'd just sit in my cupboard collecting dust. So baby's heart rate is still really strong, so easy to find now. It's like the minute I put the Doppler down, it's there. It's crazy how strong it is, how loud it is, and I can definitely tell when I'm using the Doppler that baby's moving, because there's a lot of rustling and a lot of fidgeting, and then if, say, baby's like here at one point and then there's a rustle noise and then heartbeat's gone, so baby's like here. So I can tell the baby is moving a lot. I haven't felt anything yet, obviously, because I'm only 13 weeks, but I am really looking forward to feeling movement, and yeah, hopefully that'll come within the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, so I just noticed that I'm out of focus, and I hope I haven't been out of focus this whole video because I'm not redoing it. But if I have been, I'm really sorry. I didn't really realise. I didn't look. I'm sorry. Baby brain. So anyway, my next appointment is on the 4th of December, and I'll be 16 weeks. 15 weeks-ish, because I'm back a bit now. But, and then my next ultrasound is in January. Beginning of January, and hopefully that will be when we find out the sex of little tiny Tool, and we're so excited to find out what we're having. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to go mental, boy or girl. Either way. I'm happy either way, but I'm so excited. So I'm going to leave you guys at that, and I will show you the belly. There isn't actually much there. I'd say it's a lot smaller. Looking at the pictures that I have here from the previous vlogs, I'd say it's a little bit smaller than it has been, but then I'm not bloated anymore and it's more baby bump than bloat. So I'll show you the belly now. So this is bump now. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I wake up with, and this is what I go to sleep with. I think I've definitely popped a little bit, especially here, but I don't know. Seeing it on the camera now, it looks a lot different to seeing it in a mirror, which is weird. But this is bump. I feel a lot rounder than I did before. You really can't tell, but that is baby bump right there. So that's it for my 12 and 13 week update. I will be back next Friday for sure. Now I know where I am with my dates and stuff, I'm going to definitely make an effort to be on time with my updates every Friday. My dates now change on a Sunday, so it'll be a good day now, because at first I thought I changed on a Wednesday, which meant I only had a couple of days to tell you guys how I felt that week, whereas now if I change on a Sunday and I do the video on a Friday, I've got the majority of the week to tell you guys how I felt that week. So it works out pretty well, and I'm going to be more on top of it now. Now I'm feeling a lot better. I cannot wait to get these videos done and be back on track and vlogging and videos and everything. It just feels so good to have some energy. So Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below for me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.